So I'm Sujata Doctor. My name is Shelwin. My number metric is S70991. Now I'm going to present my individual assignment for Accounting Information System ICE with the code of ACT 3513. Now I create a bank database and then I save it and then I create. Now we need to create four different tables for this data, which is customer, inventory, sales, and also sales inventory. For the first table, we need to rename it. First, we click on View, Design View, and then we rename it, and then OK. For the first field name, we fill in customer ID, and the data type we use is short text, and the second field name is customer name, and the data type also short text, and for the third field name is city, and the data type also short text, and the fourth field name is date, and the data type also short text, and for the last field name is credit limit, and the data type is currency. Now we need to delete the primary key for the first table and then we save it. And now we continue to create the second table. We click on create, table, view, design view, and we rename the second table. The first field name we fill in with item ID, and the data type we use is short text, and the second field name we fill in description, and the data type we use also short text, and for the third field name is standard cost, the data type we use is currency, and the fourth field name is list price, and the data type also currency, and the last field name is quantity on hand, and the data type is number. Now we delete the primary key for the second table and then we save it. And now we continue to create the third table. We click on create, table, view, design view, and then we rename the third table. And for the first field name, we fill in invoice. The data type we use is short text. And the second field name is sale date. And the data type we use is date or time. And the third field name is salesperson. And the data type we use is short text. And for the fourth field name is customer ID. And the data type also short text. And for the last field name is amount. For the data type we use is currency. And then we delete the primary key and then we save it. And now we create the last table. We click on create, table, view, design view. We rename the last table. Then we click OK. For the first field name, we fill in invoice. The data type we use is short text. The second field name, we fill in item ID. And the data type also short text. The third field name is quantity. And the data type is number. And for the last field name is sale price. And the data type is currency. And then we delete the primary key and then we save it. Now we done create the four table to key in the data. And now I will continue with key in the data. Okay, now I have completed key in all the data, and now I will do the queries below, which is from A until L. Okay, before we start to do the queries, we need to add primary key for the table for customer, inventories, and sales. Here is how we add primary key for this table. We click on view, design view, and for customer ID, we add primary key, and then we save it. For inventory also, we click on view, design view, item ID, we add primary key, and then we save it. And for sales also, we click on view, design view, invoice, we add primary key, and then we save it. Okay, I have done add all the primary key for customer, inventory, and sales. Next, we going to create relationship between these four data. We click on database to relationship. As we can see, now the inventory and sales inventory already have relationship between item ID. And now we're going to add two more table, which is inventory, customer, and also sales. And now we need to link the relationship for invoice between sales and sales inventory. And then we create it. And the next relationship is between customer and also sales, which is customer ID. Now we have done create the relationship between these four data, and then we save it. Okay, now we start to solve the queries from A until L. For the question A, we create query first, query design. For question A, for which item are there at least 100 units in quantity on hand? This we need to use the inventory table, and we add the item ID into the field and description and also quantity on hand. The criteria we need to type in bigger than equal 100, and then we run it. And then this table show the item that are at least 100 units in quantity on hand. And then we copy the answer, and then we paste it on here. And then we continue to done the question B. What were the item numbers, price, and quantity of each item sold on invoice number 103? Now we create the query design, and then these are related to the invoice which is in the sales and sales inventory. We add invoice into the field, item ID, quantity, and selling price. For the criteria, we type in 103, and then we run it. This is the answer for question B, and then we copy it, and then we paste it on here. Now we continue to solve the question C. Also, we create the query design. For question C, which customer made purchase from Martinez, provide customer name and salesperson, show customer needs only once, even if they purchase from Martinez multiple times. For question C, this included the table of customer and also sales. And then we add customer name inside the field and also the salesperson. And now we need to show customer names only once, even if they purchase from Martinez multiple times. So we click on this total, and then in the criteria we type in Martinez, and then we run it. And here is the answer for question C, and then we copy the answer and paste it on here. Now we continue to solve the question D. We create the query design. For question D, list invoice, sales date, salesperson, customer name, and amount for invoice whose amount is more than $1,500. Source the amount from largest to smallest. Okay, this question includes the table of customer and sales. We invoice, we put in the bill, and sales date, salesperson, customer name, and the amount. For the amount, we need to sort by descending because from largest to smallest, and for the criteria we type in more than 1,500, and then we run it. And then here is the answer for question D, and then we copy it and then we paste it on here. For query E, we also create query design. Okay, so for question E, list invoice, item ID, description, sale price, list price, quantity, and compute the extension sale price times quantity for all items sold where the sale price is different than list price. Sort by item ID in descending order. Okay, for question E, we need to add the inventory table, sales table, and sales inventory table. And then we add the invoice into the field, item ID, description, sale price, and list price, and also quantity. And for the extension, we click on this and then we build. And when we type in extension, and then table, sales inventory, sale price, times quantity, and then we click OK. And for the item ID, we click on descending order, and for sale price, we type in the criteria for sale price, smaller or bigger than this price, and then we run it. And this is the table, this is the answer for question E. And then we copy it and we paste it inside here. For question F, we create the question query design. For question F, compute the profit margin for each item sold. Calculate the profit margin as sale price minus standard cost. Divide by sale price. List invoice sales date, item ID, sale price, quantity, and compute profit margin. Sort by profit margin in descending order. Now, this question include inventory, sales, and sales inventory. Now we put the invoice into the field, sale date, item ID, sale price, and quantity. For profit margin, we need to build, and then we type in table, sale inventory, sale price, minus standard cost, divide by sale price. Then we click OK. And then sort by descending order. And then we run it. And here is the answer for question F. And then we copy it, and then we paste it on here. Okay, for question G, we also create the query design. For question G, compute the profit for each line of the invoice. Calculate the profit as sale price minus standard cost time quantity. List invoice sale date, item ID, sale price, quantity, and compute profit. Sort by invoice in ascending, then profit in descending order. Now, for question G, we need to include the table of inventory, sales, and sales inventory. And then we add. Okay. For the first one, we put invoice into the field, and then sale date, item ID, sale price, quantity, and standard cost, and also the profit we need to create, we need to build, and we type profit. Sale price we take from the table for sales inventory minus the standard cost for inventory, and then times quantity for sales inventory, quantity from sales inventory, and then we click OK. And profit sort by descending order, and invoice sort by ascending order, and then we run it. And here is the answer for question G, and then we copy it and then paste it inside here. For question F, we also create the query design. For question H, how many sales transactions were made in October? Name your output column number of sales. For this question, we only include the table of sales, and then we put in sales date inside the field, and then the criteria we type in between 1 October and 31st October. And for the second column, we need to build. We type in number of sales count table sales date, and then we click on OK, and then we delete this tick, and then we run it. So this is the answer for question H, and then we copy it and then we put inside here. For question I, we also create the query design. For question I, how many customers live in Arizona AZ? List the state and count of customer. For this question, we only need the table of customer, and then we put the state inside this field, and then the criteria we type AZ. And then we build, we type in count of customer, count. In the table, we choose customer and state, and then we click OK. And then we click on total. We choose expression, and then we delete the tick at here, and then we run it. So this is the answer for question I, and then we copy it and paste it inside here. For question J, we also create the queries design. For question J, how many customers live in each state? List the state of and count of customers sort by list alphabetically by state. For this question, we also need the table of customer only, and then we put state into the field, and then we build count of customer. We type in count of customer, count, and then in the table of customer, we select state, and then we click OK, and we click on total, select expression, and for the state we sort by ascending, and then we run it. And this is the answer for question J, and then we copy it and we paste it in here. For question K, we also create the query design. For question K, how much did each salesperson sell based on sales amount? List salesperson and total amount sort from largest total amount to smallest. For this question, we only need the sales table, and we put salesperson inside the field and also the amount. And then we click on total, we select sum and sort by descending, and then we run it. And here is the answer for question K, and then we copy it and paste it inside here. And for question L, we also create a query design. For question L, how many units of each item were sold? List item ID, description, and total sold. Short on total sold in ascending order. For this question, we need to use inventory and also sales inventory. We put the item ID into the field. This description also put in the field, and quantity. And then we click on total. We click sum, and then ascending order, and then we run it. And this is the answer for question L, and then we copy it and paste it in here. So this is the answer for question A to question L. I have completed. And that's all from me. Thank you.